Okay, Alec, last but not least, we're going to talk about GFX, the guidance system for Beckhoff's XTS system and the hygienic options available. Let's start with you explaining what it is.
Yeah, so GFX, as you stated, is a guide for XTS and very much a collaboration between Beckhoff and HEPCO. And the technology is based around linear motor technology. So this means that unlike a mechanically linked system, driven system, where every single mover or carriage has to move synchronously at the same time, with the linear motor technology, every single mover around that track system can move independently, asynchronously. So different accelerations, different speeds, even different directions. Okay, the GFX Hygienic. Okay, we've taken that track linear motor track technology, and it is specifically aimed at a number of different applications where you might need what we call a hygienic solution.
Okay. Makes sense. So the next obvious question would be, what are the options?
Okay, so as is always the case, there isn't a one-size-fits-all. There are very much different applications out there. So they're sort of starting at the sort of bottom end of the scale. We've got the clean down version. This is the most sort of basic element of the GFX Hygienic.
It's like a wipe down.
So yeah, really aimed at sort of wipe down type applications. So if you think maybe pharmaceutical manufacturer might have a process where they run so many cycles and then they have to have an alcohol wipe down. Mm-hmm. The construction of the clean down GFX Hygienic system is very similar to a standard GFX. So we have the 30mm aluminium base plate, the motor brackets. The track system is stainless steel, and all the aluminium components, such as the movers, are coated with a hard coat anodized finish to give it extra durability and tolerance against chemicals.
Okay, next one up.
The next one up is what we call the GFX wash down system. This is a wash down mover, and again it features an aluminium body with a hard anodized finish. One thing that you will notice is that the bearings have this sealed arrangement, and this is common across all of the different ranges. And obviously that is designed to keep water ingress out from the bearings. Keeps the lubricant sealed in there. It is a food grade lubricant that we use on these systems as well, so it's very much suited to those types of applications. In addition, you'll see there's a large cutout there. That's to make it very easy for cleaning, reducing dirt traps. The actual base plate and the body of the GFX system itself also features a number of cutouts which allows it to be easily cleaned down. You know, very much what it says on the tin.
Clearly a lot of thought has gone into this product. Okay, so then we move up again.
Yes, so the next level or our top specification is GFX Hygienic aseptic version. So this is really the top level of cleaning regimes, probably the harshest conditions we're likely to face. It's actually designed to cope with a cleaning process that uses up to 35% concentration of vaporized hydrogen peroxide. So this is really nasty stuff. And in this instance, all of the aluminium components have been replaced with 316 stainless steel. So that's the main base plate, the motor brackets, and the movers themselves, mover bodies themselves.
Okay, so specific industries, applications, where do we find this sort of equipment being used, Alec?
Yeah, so I've already touched on, you know, a sort of a pharmaceutical application where you might be having the, you know, incremental or occasional clean down operations. Food manufacturing is a big one, of course, and you know, both the wash down and the aseptic version could be used in those applications. Really, any application where you've got in-process sort of washing that takes place, you might consider either version. Obviously, it really depends on the degree of clean down and wash down that you're using that will determine whether you're using either the wash down, which is aluminium based, or the aseptic, which is stainless steel based.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to say that we just don't need to know if it's washed down, or we need to know more details so that the fit's right. You know, how is it being washed down, the pressure, all sorts of things that come into the equation for the final selection.
Yeah, crucially, we need to know the chemicals, the makeup of what's being used to clean these systems down. But I mean, just going back to sort of the type of applications we've seen. You know, we've done anything from filling of fluids, you know, food, sort of milk, that sort of thing. Powdered foods we've also encountered, and that works incredibly well for two reasons. With the GFX, we've got the V-Guide system, so it has this inherent self-cleaning action which works really well, plus you've got the clean down specification as well, so it really sort of ticks all the boxes in that respect. And this technology is really groundbreaking. You know, there's nothing else out there that really does this. You know, the sort of next step down is sort of rudimentary sort of stainless steel chain driven systems. So
yeah, that's a big step down. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, well, let's talk in terms of performance. What do we get out of one of these systems?
So yeah, these systems are very much designed to be comparable with the standard GFX system. So speeds of up to 4 meters per second are still very much possible. There is a slight derating on the load, about 20% compared to standard, because we're using stainless steel material as opposed to carbon steel. And in addition, the driving force as well. Beckhoff use a slightly different magnet design, and that slightly reduces the driving force that can be created. It's worth mentioning that all of these options, we can do it in both the 1TL format, which is the sort of small form format, or we can do PRT2 options. So that will give you sort of oval and rectangular systems as well. Okay,
to all intents and purposes, we're talking about all the advantages that come out of the HEPCO&SOAR V system. So all of those that we've talked about time and time before, because they're so important to industry. Those advantages, those benefits apply to GFX Hygienic as well, which is a very positive thing. Okay, I think it's worth mentioning that within GFX we've developed various formats now. We've got the standard ones, like you say, 1TL, PRT2, offering oval or rectangular configurations. We've developed the Agile. We've developed our TMS system, our track management system, which we now have also GFXR. And now we're very proud that GFX Hygienic is part of the family that works so well with our partners Beckhoff and their XTS. So yeah, excellent.
Yeah, definitely solving problems that we couldn't solve before.